Oh, sorry, that's for a Democrat show.
Let me know when you're ready.
No matter what the technical difficulty is, this man is a professional. He goes all the way.
What you represent to them is freedom.
Was an extremely great conservative commentator. We're tearing it up on Wednesday night. This is awesome. This
will allow me to retort.
Well, this is Jersey Joe for the Reaver of Common Sense show. 8 p.m. on shrmedia.com.
Actually, I just totally screwed up. This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe. And God, are my levels all off. Take about a week off and everything goes to hell. But I'm still here to try to make sense out of this senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So remember to join the live chat. Go to Reaver.one and click on the live stream. I know that seems a little bit weird, but if you click on the live stream, not only can you listen to the show, you can watch the show, and you can join the conversation all on the same website. So go to Reaver.one and click on the live stream. And while you're there, click on the shop button. Or you can just go to Reaver.one/shop and pick yourself up a t-shirt. We got a lot of different styles to choose from. We got survival bracelets. We got pocket constitutions. So, just line up. Get the orders in. I'll get them right out to you. So, the GOP has put a warning out. And that warning is... Oh, and we're going to get to Hillary. Don't worry. We're going to get to Hillary. But I've figured I'd start out with this GOP warning. And I agree with the GOP warning. It's out there saying that, guys, American people, we could have Nancy Pelosi very easily as the Speaker of the House again. And if you remember when she was Speaker of the House, that's what gave us Obamacare. If you remember, she is the witch that said, you got to pass it to know what's in it. Do we want that again? Listen, I know the Republicans let us down a little bit, but we know the Democrats are going to fuck us over. Especially if Trump is elected president, they're going to do anything and everything to put a stop to any movement forward. They are after the destruction of this country. They're pushing their socialist bullshit ways and will do anything and everything to stop it. So, make sure that that little witch does not get looking over in Hillary's FBI comments and all that. And we're going to get to most of that later. Because I got a few questions. And you know what? Hell with it. I'm going to get to it now. Fuck this bullshit article. Do we want a president that doesn't know what the letter C means within government documents? Do we want a president that doesn't remember their training classes on, dealing with top secret documents? Do we want a president that sits there and comes up with every goddamn excuse in the world to say why she didn't do things legally. How she tried to subvert Freedom of Information Act. How she tried to subvert and hide her illegal dealings. Do we want a president like that? She can't even come out and do a national security speech. She's not doing it. She has her vice president, Kane, coming out to do a national security speech. Where the hell is Hillary Clinton? Is she not physically able to keep up with the demands of the campaign? If you look at August, for the month of August, Trump had, 33 rallies. That's a lot of damn rallies. And one day he went from a rally to Mexico to another rally. In the meantime, Hillary, for the month of August, had something like 12, 13 rallies. She was too busy campaigning, trying to suck up money from people. And just give a little back. The reason why I wasn't pretty much on air last week is, as most know, I broadcast from my house. Hey, AC. And I basically had a hurricane going by me, and they kept pushing it back, delaying it, so to speak. And I thought it would be safe. It was bad enough that they shut down the schools in Hillsborough County, so I had my daughter home. That doesn't stop me from getting on air. But I was more worried about the weather coming in and frying out my whole system. So I figured it'd be nicer to shut down the show. You know, and I always hate when you have a show and in the middle of it, all of a sudden, I lose everything. Dang, everybody's. Oh, everybody's trying to get hold of me today. I like that. But I decided it's safer for my equipment to just to shut down. There's nothing that was pressing that was worth, frying out my whole system. As most that do this, we pay for all this equipment out of our own pocket. And if I fried one of these computers out, I would not be able to replace it anytime soon. So I figured it'd be better to shut everything down for a couple of days and just go on from there. So hopefully everybody understands. Storms weren't that bad directly over my house. You went like 5 miles west of my house, and there's a lot of wind damage, flooding. It's kind of messed up in my area. We got right on the edge of a lot of the bands. But I'll say one thing. One band went through, and I'm sitting here, and I'm looking out my back window, and it just looked like hell's coming in. And so I went outside. Hang on. Don't you hate when you think you're typing and you're not? So I look outside, and I go outside, and it just sound like a train. And I'm going, ruh-roh. And my daughter was outside with me. I'm like, honey, just get the hell inside right now. Just get in. So, next thing you know, just a wind kicked up. It actually had both me and my wife and my daughter a little scared. My neighbor across the street came running over. And needless to say, everything went fine, but the wind, I've never seen wind like that. So that's why I wasn't on last week, just for safety of the computers. And, I didn't really run any electronics at all last week, which is kind of nice. But to get back to Hillary, do we want a president? I mean, we know she knew what the C stood for. It wasn't like she's thinking it stands for cookie or, cake or something like that. She knew it stood for classified. She did not give a shit. Do we want that type of person running for president to run the country? She lost what? How many damn brain fart cell phones? And we're going to get more into this as the show goes along, but it's holy shnikes, people. And I know Republicans have let us down. I know that. They promised they were going to do a lot of things. We gave them the House and the Senate, and we did that, and they haven't done much. But remember, if we could put a Trump in presidency and keep control of the House and Senate, we can start turning this country around, going back to, well, actually not even going back to, it's been a long, long time since we worried about America first. It's sorry, I got a lot of messages coming in. It got like a total brain loop right there. I'd rather see a Trump presidency with a Republican-controlled Congress where we can start putting this country back into a rhythm of worrying about Americans first and the world second. I've been saying that for a long-ass time now, that we need to stop worrying about everybody else and start worrying about Americans. We have millions of Americans out of work, and I hear this, well, we got to worry about illegal immigrants. I actually had a conversation this week and on Twitter where someone said that the illegal aliens are not criminals. And it was, if they're illegal, they are criminals. Well, I know that, but you're missing the point. No, you're missing the point. They broke laws, so they are criminals. Because she was bitching about Trump's statement. And it was, Trump did not say all are criminals. I know he said there's the rapists and murderers and all that. And there is a high rate of rape that is happening to the females coming across the border illegally. And that's the other thing. This will also help stop all these illegal groups that are prospering over our porous border and putting these people at danger. That's the one thing I don't understand is it's putting these people at danger. And the Democrats don't give a shit. Oh, they want this open borders crap. And that's the end of our country. That's the end of the sovereignty country. I'm sorry, that is not what we are about. We are a nation. A nation has borders. I mean, even Mexico agreed with it. I mean, they have a border to the south. They had to agree with Trump on that statement. And I'm still trying to figure out Hillary in her little meltdown that Trump went to Mexico. How that was a bad thing that he went to see our neighboring leader to discuss, because he speaks about Mexico a lot about his candidacy, and how going there to discuss was a bad thing. And she said, that's not the way it works. Hey, Dave, been a while since I seen you in the chat room. And first thing that came to mind is, yeah, Hillary doesn't understand that because, well, first you have to put a donation to the Clinton Foundation for her to do anything. So she's used to having to be paid off for someone to for her to show up and meet you. So she's not used to just taking an invitation, flying down, meeting, and dealing with the issue and coming back. But if we do not keep control of the House, we are in trouble. We will have Nancy Pelosi as the House leader again. You know what? That's a good point, Dave. That is a great point. Hillary won't do anything unless she's paid for it. She's got to get money sent to the Clinton Foundation for her to do anything. And it's well documented that there's been a pay-to-play going on. And isn't that definition of a hooker? I mean, she's fucking people over left, right, and center, and she's getting paid for it. So does that make Hillary Clinton a prostitute? So would she be the first prostitute president of the United States? Well, something to think about. But this idea that Nancy Pelosi could be leader again is more than enough to scare the shit out of me. She wants the money up front. Well, I don't know if you saw it, Dave. I've been, the liberals thought it was funny to put out, someone drew a portrait of Trump naked. So someone drew a portrait of Hillary naked. And, Ryan is bad enough. I've been putting out that picture of Hillary naked. They want to do it about Trump, so we've been doing it about Hillary. The only problem is it's been causing people to instantly throw up. Everybody's been complaining that they've been throwing up. So I do give warning if you go to my Twitter, Jersey Joe Talks, and someone drew a picture, very good but very disgusting picture of Hillary Clinton naked, and just forewarn, make sure you haven't eaten, you don't have anything in drinking anything. Yeah, that would kill the rest of your vision, Dave. But remember, this is the woman that pushed through. I mean, just this. She pushed through Obamacare. And actually, during this weekend, I had some idiots who said that the Obamacare is both parties' fault that it failed. And several was like, what? Yes, it's the just as much Republican fault. Even Bill knows that Monica does it better. Oh. Now I'm totally lost on a chain of events. And yes, they're blaming, this person was trying to blame the Republicans. And everybody's asking, not a single Republican voted for Obamacare. In fact, the complaints that we've had over the last several years, well, since the inception of Obamacare, we've been pushing what's going to happen. And what happens? Everything we warned it about, that we were called racist, that we just hate Obama, we're just doing it because we hate people. And now all those issues are happening, but it's the Republicans' fault. Yes. How is it the Republicans? Well, they should have fought harder. I want to bash my head against the wall at this point. No, it's not even that. We should have fought harder to stop him. The excuses came flying out. And it just, damn, people. Some people, the failures of the Democrats, they cannot take it on themselves. They always have to blame the Republicans, even for their failures. Well, the problem, how much more can they have fought against it? You can only fight so much. Now, granted, recently they could have stopped funding the damn thing, but you had to play that fine line between fighting it and not funding it, then it gives Democrats power to say, look at this, they're taking the money away, they're hurting millions and millions of people. There's that fine line you got to play. So it's, you got to fight it. But with a Democrat, in fact, Obama, who's the creator of this mess, you're never going to get it taken out. Yeah, I agree. This is the Democrats' bag of shit, and they need to put it out themselves. But everything, whenever Democrats do something wrong, they never take responsibility. I mean, Democrats are like a bunch of children. They cannot take responsibility. In fact, you know what? My 12-year-old daughter takes responsibility for her actions more than any goddamn Democrat I've ever seen. Doesn't matter what it is, they always try to blame everybody and anybody else for their issues. Oh, it drives me up a wall. And one of the things they're trying to do, and I don't agree with it, they're trying to blame that the Republicans are going to have a hard time getting reelected and the Democrats are going to take over Congress because of Trump. No, I'm tired of that excuse. It depends on which writer you read, because one will say, well, as long as they're backing Trump, they're going to get reelected in droves. No, if they're backing Trump, that's going to hurt them. Nobody goddamn knows what's going to go on. Nobody knows because we have not seen a candidate like Trump before. Period. We have not seen a candidate like him. Yeah, they won't even deal with or recognize the failure in Europe. Shit, they won't even recognize the failures in South America. And what's funny is I actually got in an argument with my father-in-law because we got talking about that. And Venezuela, we're talking the failures. Well, that's not democratic socialism. I was like, yeah, it is. You don't understand what it means. Democratic socialism is that you vote in socialism. Well, yeah, it is. But that's not Venezuela's. What do you mean it's not? They voted those government officials in. Yeah, but they were under distress. How do you think most of them get? Either through false information or through threats. That's the way it goes in. They were elected. Oh, my God. I didn't know that one, Dave. In Greece, business owners are getting 100 euros a day to run their business. Oh. No wonder why Greece is going broke. How about this? You have a business that finances itself and makes it want to work harder and make more money without being paid to do so. Why do people have to... The government does not have to pat you on your ass to get you to do things. You should be able to do things on your own, people. And I know the people that are listening to this, they do that. It just bugs the shit out of me. We got and it's not just the millennials. It's a large group of people that just, holy shnikes. For holies, people. But it's that time. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, High Plains Pundit Radio, ICRN Network, Red Nation Rising Radio, YouTube, Spreaker, and iTunes. We will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network. Now, at Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our Gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. We also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
My name is Chris Peranto, call sign Tonto. I was with the Global Response Staff. We were the security element for the Central Intelligence Agency in Benghazi, Libya on 9/11/2012. Myself and my team responded to an attack that killed Ambassador Chris Stevens, Sean Smith, and two of my teammates, Tyrone Woods and Glenn Doherty. Radical Islam is basically terrorism in a nutshell. It wants to not only put down Western values, it wants to kill anybody that supports those Western values, which is freedom, which is Christianity, and which is also anything that looks poorly on Sharia law. We've allowed it again to grow into something that it shouldn't be, and it's becoming stronger and stronger every day that we don't lead from the front. Obama and Hillary, by avoiding the phrase radical Islam, they're being politically correct. They don't see it for what it is, and that's straight up destroying the Western world. Radical Islam doesn't have a fear. They will give up their lives. They will detonate themselves. They will do anything they can to fulfill Sharia law and kill the infidels. If we're not able to even say radical Islam, the word radical Islam, there's no way we can fight it. There's no way we can defeat it. The United States of America doesn't lead from behind. We are always setting the example. If not, we're going to see terrorism get bigger and bigger, and eventually it's just going to be continual lone wolf attacks in the United States. And I don't want that to happen to my kids. I don't want to see my family go through that. Please join me in waking up Washington in this fight on radical Islam, seeing the threat that it really is. Sign up at leadingfromthefront.org.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying calf for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Do you want to watch a broadcast? Go to Reaver.one and click on the live stream. While you're there, you can join the live chat directly from Reaver.one, and you can listen to the show on the same page. Now, if you want to support the show, do you want to support SHR Media? Go to Reaver.one/shop. That is REAVER.ONE/SHOP. Many shirts to choose from, survival bracelet, and pocket constitutions. It's... So much has been happening. I find this one funny, and it really doesn't. It affects me, but it doesn't affect me because I really couldn't give a shit. YouTube declares war on politically incorrect opinions. Basically, anything that they see is against the norm, anything that is offensive, and a list of what's offensive goes on. If you speak out against the current government, it will be politically incorrect. Let's see. Inappropriate language. I'm fucked. Including harassment, profanity, and vulgar language is being demonetized. You will not be allowed to be paid for the commercials. I haven't made a red cent on it, so I really couldn't give a shit. But the problem is that, yeah, that is going to hurt a lot of people. It is. But it is the left running scared right now. They are losing the battle because their way of doing things is fucking up everything. They're just screwing everything up in the world, and people are waking up to the bullshit, not believing their lies. So they can't even lie anymore because the lies are being proven wrong. So what do? They have to shut down the other conversation. That's all they have to shut down the conversation. When they shut down the conversation, their message is the only one that's out there. They could scream, "Look at that. We are the only ones out there speaking. We're the only ones that care." Well, that's not exactly how it works. You had to silence your competitors, basically. Thank you, Jenna. They're taking away free speech to shut down the opposition. It's amazing how people just are falling for it, left, right, and center. It's amazing. Now, my live videos are through YouTube because it's the only one I can do the format through because of pricing, it's free. So now I don't make shit off of them. I every now and then I'm able to monetize them. For some reason, with the mute my intro and exit, it depends on which way the wind's blowing. Some days they throw a copyright infringement on me. Some days they don't. And literally, it depends on what day it is. And really, it bugs the shit out of me. So I just haven't made a dime. I'm not going to worry about it. But it does affect a lot of people. There's a lot of people that they're making their living off of doing these shows and having the monetization on YouTube. So this is going to take some money out of their pocket. And that's all it is. It is an attempt to silence the majority. And as I said, they can't do it any other way. It bugs the shit out of me, and it's private companies that are allowed to do it. But this new policy bears some hallmark of the communist Chinese government social credit score system, whereby internet users are punished by private companies and their peers for expressing unpopular views on social media. The move is primarily designed to scare away YouTubers from making anti-establishment political content. But prominent YouTubers are always reporting that videos on everything from acne solutions to tip on combating depression are being demonetized because they are not advertiser friendly. Prominent YouTuber Philip DeFranco responded to the controversy by vowing, "I'm not going to censor myself," despite the fact that dozens of his videos have already been demonetized. Google owned, and this is the thing, Google, and they have been backing Hillary. They have been caught changing their algorithm and hiding Hillary Clinton negative articles to try to help cover up, well, I don't even want to say misdeeds, because it is a long line of more than misdeeds. It's illegal activity. And they're trying to help cover it up. And I'm sorry, if you look at the polls, it's not exactly working. People are waking up. And people, we got to stop using and helping these companies. Twitter, Facebook, Google, they become too big for their britches. They think they are bigger, more important than our governments. They are trying to control what we think, what we do. And I know, well, that's just tinfoil hat speaking there. Well, I don't give a shit. Because that is what they're doing. They are trying to control the conversation. And yeah, exactly. Stop giving them money. Stop going to their sites. But unfortunately, I'm just as guilty. I still use Twitter and Facebook, unfortunately, for one reason. Because that's how I have to get out to the people. If it wasn't for the show, I probably really wouldn't be on Facebook next than ever. I wouldn't be on Twitter at all. I wouldn't be on social media. They're trying to be the controlling arm of our government. I mean, Google is even involved within the NSA, within DOD itself. IRC. Now, I'm still trying to figure out how I can make a tinfoil hat fedora. I mean, you just had a rocket blow up here in Florida, and they think it might be sabotage now. But where Facebook was launching a satellite. Yeah, I like that. They've been evil for years. That's after they promised, "I promise I'm not going to be evil. My name's just Dr. Evil." But this Google issue, Matt Drudge warned about this when he appeared on the Alex Jones show nearly a year ago. Creators allowing their content to be swallowed up by social media ghettos was always going to lead to this outcome. I don't know why they have been successful in pushing everybody into these little ghettos, these Facebooks, these Twitters, these Instagrams, Drudge told Jones. This ghetto, this is corporate. They're taking your energy and they are getting nothing in return. I actually have been thinking about shutting down the video portion of the show for right now until I can get... I'm thinking about trying to do it within myself. And just running the video through my system and not recording and having up... damn, basic words are out of my head today. Not having any backlog of all the shows, but just when it's done live, and it's done. I got to figure out how to set that up through my website and all that. Not exactly web page knowledgeable. I mean, I do everything on my show myself, but, you know, it's been trial and error, and I got to figure out how to just do the show through my website. Because I would love to take it off to YouTube. Because I really don't want to be part of that. It's one of those damn days. All right, Romanian hacker Guccifer sentenced to 52 months in U.S. prison. That's about 4 years and 3 months, I think it was. The Romanian man who helped expose the existence of Hillary Clinton's private email domain used during her time as U.S. Secretary of State was sentenced on Thursday to 52 months in prison by a federal court. Marcus Lazar, who used the alias... Thanks, I will look at that, Dave. I will look at that. Who used the alias Guccifer online, had pled guilty in May to charges including unauthorized access to protected computers and aggravated identity theft after being extradited from Romania. Yeah, but if I do Periscope, I have to go through my phone, and that's not the system I ended up building. And I don't want to be dealing with any of the companies. I want to do it myself, and that's it. Brain forward. So yeah, Guccifer 1.0 has been charged. He'll be eligible for parole in 2086. Yeah, it's that's if he doesn't accidentally die in prison. See which ones. Then I know my all of a sudden timing's off. Oh, I'm a little out of practice. I think I can do it on this computer. I gotta go through it, and I saw the because I use WordPress, and there's the plugins, and there was a plugin for it, and I messed around with it for about 5 minutes one day, and I couldn't figure it out, and then I saw some other stuff later on, so I gotta download it again, play around with it again. If I could take it off YouTube, you know, bye. Getting even for storage, I can always just do a plug-in type a portable hard drive. They're pretty cheap. I got a 500 gigabyte one on my main computer. I could always get another one and just plug it in. That's where I hold the shows. Man, my timing's off today. It's been a little bit. I didn't realize, just taking a simple week off, how you can get a little out of step. Trying to look at something. Yeah, what are you doing that with Dropbox? Do you need that much storage? I mean, there's so much more. Shit, I probably can give you within the websites that I use, that one.com, they give me 50 gigabytes for each domain name that I have, and I got 3, and I'm only using the what? They give me 3. They call it rush files, but it's just like Dropbox, and they give me 50 gigabytes per name, and I'm only using the 1. So maybe we need to talk in do it that way. So we're going to take... Actually, I can't shit. All right. Well, let's... Ship of Fools 2. Another green Arctic expedition has been frustrated by the large quantities of ice. An Arctic expedition designed to raise awareness of the perils of man-made climate change is being frustrated by unexpected large quantities of ice. The Polar Ocean Challenge, whose aim is to circumnavigate the Arctic in a sailing boat while the summer ice melts allow, is being led by veteran explorer David Hempelman Adams. He's justified the expedition through thus permanent, irreversible change in the sea ice landscape of the Arctic seems inevitable. This will is already having global, economic, political, and social and environmental implications. A significant change in my lifetime. Well, long story short, well, he's already 4 to 6 weeks behind schedule because guess what? There is too much goddamn ice. He's having trouble getting through, which he said he'll be able to go through because there's going to be no ice to stop him. And there's, guess what? Record amount of ice. These idiots keep putting their foots in their mouth. And I don't want to say that because now they're trying to do this 100 years from now, New York is going to be underwater. They're throwing these predictions that, well, we'll never see in our lifetime. They kind of got smart in that because every goddamn single prediction, computer model that they've done over the years has pretty much fallen flat on their face. Seriously, tell me a prediction that the global warming idiocy has done where it's been spot on. We're supposed to have, Antarctic's supposed to be devoid of all ice. Where all the polar bears are supposed to be dead and drowned. Penguins are supposed to be drowned. New York City twice now has been predicted to be underwater. The ozone layer was supposed to be all gone by now, and we should be an oven. They're just prediction, and I'm not even getting into the computer models that they predicted that not a single one has been correct. Not a single one is correct. So why should I believe in this farce? They keep doing these expeditions to the Antarctic, to the Arctic, to prove that there is no ice or that the ice is melting. And all of those expeditions have been canceled or stopped mid-expeditions because, well, there was too much ice that they couldn't get through to prove that there's no ice. And exactly, we should be in an ice age according to the 1960 models. In the 70s, we're supposed to be in ice age. And now we're starting to hear the ice age theories. The people that they put forth is even funnier. When they put Bill Nye the Science Guy as the big push for climate change, because Al Gore was a big failure. So now they try using Bill Nye the Science Guy. Well, that's not helping at all either. Because, well, the guy is a kid show host. He knows how to make a battery out of a potato. And yeah, thanks. He's just a mechanical engineer. That's his degree, is mechanical engineering. He knew how to make cool little 5th grade science experiments. How does that qualify him to be the face of the global warming initiative? Why? Because he had a television show that made him look like he knew what he was doing? Or I don't know. I know he's anti-Semitic. He's bashing the Jewish people left, right, and center, which doesn't surprise me coming from the liberals. Every time something comes up with these global warming initiatives, it is a huge failure. It's falling apart. Countries are walking away from it. Now, this does not mean, because immediately they jump all over the stupid exaggerations. I am not for, hey, let's go polluting. I am for reasonable restrictions. One of the I can tell when I go fishing who is a liberal and who is a conservative. How I do that, I could tell you. Conservative, they're conservative on how many fish they catch. They do watch their limits. They don't go over limits. They clean up their mess. They don't leave this big, huge mess when they leave. Liberals, they don't worry about limits. They catch whatever they want. They do whatever they want. They use any technique to catch. And then when they go to leave, somebody else will clean up their mess for them. And I mean, I've watched them leave garbage laying around all over the place. It's not just like, okay, fish guts. I'm talking their soda, beer cans, everything all over the place. And it just makes me laugh. Because they're the first ones to talk about the environment and animal rights and all that. Within real life applications, they are the worst offenders. They are the worst. Conservatives, yes, we do hunting, we do fishing, we do all that. We also understand there's the equilibrium between hunting and overpopulations. Perfect example, the liberals threw a shit fit over that lion, Cecil. Now everybody's afraid to go there because the liberals are going to make such a pissant little bitch fest about it. And now they're going to have a culling and kill off 200 lions for no reasons. Other than the population is too high. People are not making money now in that area. The conservation is not making money. That's how they made their money. And that's how they kept the population at a neutral. Not too many, not too little. But now that nobody's going for these hunts, the population is too high, which is killing off the non-predator population. And you're going to get famine, disease, all that. Not just in the animals, within the human ranks, because they're not making money. Nobody's going in and paying these fees. renting rooms, paying for, people to take them out on the hunts. There's a bunch of stuff that goes on. When someone goes over there to go on a hunt, a big game hunt, well, they pretty much, the liberals did, is fucked over the lions. Because now they got to get killed for no reason other than their numbers are too high. You have high poachers now in the area because, well, they don't have the money to pay the people to stop the poachers. There's no money incoming. You're the ones you are hurting aren't these rich SOBs. The ones you are hurting is the animals, the humans, the ones that make a living off of those hunts. That's who the liberals hurt. The liberals never give a shit. Look at the couple years ago in New York, they did that big environmental day march through New York. Oh, we care about the environment, global warming, all this bullshit. You had DiCaprio come flying in on his personal jet, and all these other rich assholes come flying in on their personal jets to talk about how people can't be driving cars because it's polluting the earth. And then there was something, they estimated like 1 million pounds of trash that had to be picked up because, well, they dropped everything at the end of the parade route or whatever the hell you want to call it. They dropped everything and just left all the garbage there. Well, that didn't seem too good to me. Guess they didn't care too much about the environment. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, High Plains Pundit Radio, ICRN Networks, Red Nation Rising Radio, iTunes, YouTube, and Spreaker. We will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Now, at Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. And we also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
My name is Chris Peranto, call sign Tonto. I was with the Global Response Staff. We were the security element for the Central Intelligence Agency in Benghazi, Libya on 9/11/2012. Myself and my team responded to an attack that killed Ambassador Chris Stevens, Sean Smith, and two of my teammates, Tyrone Woods and Glenn Doherty. Radical Islam is basically terrorism in a nutshell. It wants to not only put down Western values, it wants to kill anybody that supports those Western values, which is freedom, which is Christianity, and which is also anything that looks poorly on Sharia law. We've allowed it again to grow into something that it shouldn't be, and it's becoming stronger and stronger every day that we don't lead from the front. Obama and Hillary, by avoiding the phrase radical Islam, they're being politically correct. They don't see it for what it is, and that's straight up destroying the Western world. Radical Islam doesn't have a fear. They will give up their lives. They will detonate themselves. They will do anything they can to fulfill Sharia law and kill the infidels. If we're not able to even say radical Islam, the word radical Islam, there's no way we can fight it. There's no way we can defeat it. The United States of America doesn't lead from behind. We're always setting the example. If not, we're going to see terrorism get bigger and bigger, and eventually it's just going to be continual lone wolf attacks in the United States. And I don't want that to happen to my kids. I don't want to see my family go through that. Please join me in waking up Washington in this fight on radical Islam, seeing the threat that it really is. Sign up at leadingfromthefront.org.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying coffee is stupid, bro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. It would help if I hit the mute button off. Welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to support the show, it's easy. All you have to do is go to reaver.one/shop. That is REAVER.ONE/SHOP. Pick up a t-shirt, Pocket Constitution, survival bracelets, a lot of different options to choose from. So just go there to reaver.one/, pick it up. Can't believe the show's almost half done. Whew. Some days it goes by, and other days it doesn't. So, let's see, where are we? Yeah, one of the things we talked about very briefly, and we're going to start getting into the Hillary block. It's this woman, for number one, where the hell is she? She has not come out, done a press conference in 270-some days, I think it is. She will not come out and talk to the press where they can ask questions. You cannot put her in a situation where she can't read from a teleprompter. That's why I know we got liberal moderators. I actually can't wait until the presidential debates. I know their big game plan is to try to rattle Donald Trump, which I think is going to be a little bit harder than they think. He's going to go in a little bit more prepared than they think. But it's not going to be hard to battle Hillary Clinton. It really isn't. It's not going to be that hard. When you start going after her and it starts pointing out about all that bullshit that's been going on. Yeah. Now, there'll be one or two in the crowd. Even CBS kind of went at Kane the other day, which shocked me, CBS. But they started going after Kane, asking why. Why isn't... Where's Hillary? You're talking about the national security briefings. You got Kane, the vice presidential candidate, going to be giving the national security speech for Hillary Clinton. What the hell would happen if Donald Trump sent Pence out there to give a national security speech? Yeah, Kane always was an easy target. He can't handle the pressure. Everybody's seen it. It's easy to rattle Kane. What are they going to do? Put Kane out for these debates? Who's running for president, Hillary or Kane? Because I see Kane constantly out there talking to the press, not Hillary. Hillary's not out there answering anything about the email issues, about her email server. And I'm sorry, her sitting there going, it's a conspiracy against me. It's a conspiracy. Yep, definitely. Definitely a conspiracy. Definitely a conspiracy. Oh, where the hell is that? Oh, I gotta find it. Oh, I hate when something gets stuck in my head. Someone did a parody. For Hillary Clinton. And here it is.
Got hold of those emails, they can't be read here. Gonna give it
I'm sorry, I had to play that. I had to play that. I saw that a couple days ago, and I was pissing myself laughing. It's, Jesus. And the scary part is, it's dead on. It is dead on, especially if you watch the video. She thinks she can do anything and get away with it, and she's been for years. She really has. She's been doing this for years, and no one has called her on her bullshit. Well, there has been, but it's the right-wing conspiracy theory. Well, that only goes so far. She has been using that same tired line since, 1993? Oh, they're out to get my husband. There's no sexual scandals. He didn't do nothing with Monica. Oh, he did. But the whole time she was screaming that it was a right-wing conspiracy theory the whole time. And guess what? The Monica wasn't a right-wing conspiracy theory. It actually happened. So, I mean, I don't know what she's going to do. She lost 13 cell phones, people. 13 cell phones. Nobody knows where they are. They had classified information on them. What would happen if it was Joe Schmo? Jesus Christ, look at the one Navy guy. He was working in the with the submarines. He took some pictures of a submarine. Nothing really bad. Took some pictures. So that when it got disclassified, he can always show his grandkids what he did. Look at the submarines I worked on. It wasn't, he's going to sell the information. Well, he is no longer in the military. He's now going to be doing a prison term. All because he took a couple pictures. He didn't intentionally go out and try to break the law, which, according to the FBI, as long as you don't intend to break the law, they can't convict you for it. I guess that was a big lie to cover up Hillary. I mean, I know it was a lie. I'm being a little bit of a smartass here. What would happen if one of us had it? What if one of us found those cell phones and started reading the emails? We would go to jail just for reading them because we weren't cleared to read them. But she could lose them, and nothing happens. Jesus Christ, they should have at least yanked her security clearance. She showed that she was not responsible enough. But yet, they kept allowing her. Everybody knew this was going on, but yet, nobody tried to stop it. She tried to blame a black man for her misdoings. And she's even admitted now that, yeah, he told her the exact opposite, not to do it and not to do this. He discouraged that practice. So, she's been trying to blame everybody and anybody for her misdoings. Now, if a Republican did it, they would have had to have resigned already. And it drives me up a wall. It drives me up a wall, the double standard that's going. It's past the double standard. Because nobody else is allowed that type of leeway to break the law and get away with it. Nobody else would be allowed to. But this witch gets away with it. Okay. It's an absolute And yes, Dave, I didn't mean to forget that comment. It just, yeah, they say Trump gets pissed easy, but Kane gets rattled so much easier, and he gets pissed, and he gets really pissed. And he's not able to answer any of these questions, and I would be pissed if I was him too. They're sending him out to be the sacrificial lamb. Because now if and when Hillary loses the election, they could blame it on him. Well, you're the one that went out there and you screwed it all up. Well, you did these interviews and you screwed it all up for her. They'll use him as a sacrificial lamb. And it's funny that for a person that's running for president and screaming because she's a woman, she deserves it, that she's sending a man out to give the national security speech. She's saying that her husband will be dealing with the economy, not her. For a woman who says she can do everything, she sure is not doing a goddamn thing at all. What the hell? I'm just throwing this in here real quick. Now we have Homeland Security saying that is their domain, and they say they should be taking control. You know what? You just can't step in and start taking... I mean, they're going to try it. But, hey, Homeland Security, fuck off. That's not your place. They're going to try to rig this as much as they can. Yeah, but the problem with that, Dave, Pence actually, and I wasn't a big one on Pence. I was not a big one on Pence when he was first picked. And he's a lot better choice than I thought he was. And I've seen a couple of his speech, and he's the opposite of Trump. He's that calm demeanor, the quiet talk. And it's like they got the yin and yang between Trump and Pence. One complements the other, and one offsets the other. But within Kane and Hillary, you have Tweedledee and Tweedledummer. And I don't know which one's which yet. No, but now that I've seen Pence and heard him, I do like him. It's just, when first I was like, who the hell is this schmuck? But here it is. So two of the smartphones had been destroyed, and the others, poof, gone. Poof. It just, I don't know. Oh yeah, Pence is going to dominate those that debate. Kane is going to be a stuttering, bluthering idiot. I mean, that's why I think of him. And I'm not trying to pick on his looks, but every time I look at Kane, I don't know why. And I'm not saying he is. I just see like a child predator. I could see him on one of those shows showing up to thinking he's going to have sex with like a 13-year-old and has that TV broadcaster, why did you show up to have sex with a 13-year-old? All right, again, I'm not accusing him. He just has that look, that vibe, and I'm not the only one. I've talked to other people, and they're like, yeah, that's what's been bugging me. That's what he looks like. It's... Hammer time. Yeah. Right now, one of the news is talking about the possibility of voter fraud, and I don't know. They're going to have to do such voter fraud this round. Even on Twitter, you don't see that many people backing Hillary. You really don't. I see so many Democrats walking away right now. They're not walking away from the party, but they're walking away going, nope, I can't. Nope. And it's more Democrats than I see Republicans. It's a smaller group, the Never Trump, the ones that are walking away. But there's this large group, and a lot of them are saying, I'm going to vote for Trump. He's the better choice. But there's a lot going. I can't bring myself to vote for her. And I don't blame them. Listen, you do what you want. You vote for who you want. I don't think Hillary is the smartest, but... And she... With Jill Stein, she scares me. She flew into the wrong airport. So she was like 2-3 hours late for a rally she was holding because she went to the wrong airport. I know that's not her, but that was kind of funny and going, oh, shit. And the other one, FBI said they had no evidence of lying. Hillary Clinton said she did not have any training on protecting classified information, but now there's signatures of her taking those classes. Oh, yeah. And you know what? Johnson, he's giving libertarians a severely bad name because he sounds exactly like a liberal. And he's giving libertarians a severe bad name. His policies are more along the lines of liberals. Someone said something about illegal aliens the other day during an interview, and it got stopped because he went on a tirade how that's demeaning to call them illegal. They're undocumented and all this. No. Are they in the country illegally? I mean, no other word I can think of. They broke the law to get here. They are illegal. It is not demeaning. There's some other reasons I've been pushed away from the Libertarian Party. And I'm not saying it's all of them, but there's that loud group that just, oh, you don't agree with me. You're against the Constitution, you. Blah, 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 blah. I'm not putting up with that. It's Libertarian Party had a chance, I think. This is going to push them back. I know the Never Trump, a lot of them went there, which was funny. I'm against abortion, and I'm against this, and I'm against immigration, I'm against this, and they go to the Libertarian Party, and they're all for it. Guys, well, I could work with them. Wait, what? Come on. Oh, what are we going to do? What are we going to do except you're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, High Plains Pundit Radio, ICRN Network, Red Nation Rising, Speaker, YouTube, and iTunes. We will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. And we also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
My name is Chris Peranto, call sign Tonto. I was with the Global Response Staff. We were the security element for the Central Intelligence Agency in Benghazi, Libya on 9/11/2012. Myself and my team responded to an attack that killed Ambassador Chris Stevens, Sean Smith, and two of my teammates, Tyrone Woods and Glenn Doherty. Radical Islam is basically terrorism in a nutshell. It wants to not only put down Western values, it wants to kill anybody that supports those Western values, which is freedom, which is Christianity, and which is also anything that looks poorly on Sharia law. We've allowed it again to grow into something that it shouldn't be. and it's becoming stronger and stronger every day that we don't lead from the front. Obama and Hillary, by avoiding the phrase radical Islam, they're being politically correct. They don't see it for what it is, and that's straight up destroying the Western world. Radical Islam doesn't have a fear. They will give up their lives. They will detonate themselves. They will do anything they can to fulfill Sharia law and kill the infidels. If we're not able to even say radical Islam, the word radical Islam, there's no way we can fight it. There's no way we can defeat it. The United States of America doesn't lead from behind. We're always setting the example. If not, we're going to see terrorism get bigger and bigger, and eventually it's just going to be continual lone wolf attacks in the United States. And I don't want that to happen to my kids. I don't want to see my family go through that. Please join me in waking up Washington in this fight on radical Islam, seeing the threat that it really is. Sign up at leadingfromthefront.org.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cough was stupid, bro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hey, if you want to join the live chat, it's easy. Just go to Reaver.one and click on the live stream. While you're there, you can watch a broadcast or listen to broadcast, but both ways you can join the conversation. If you want to support the show and support SHR Media, go to Reaver.one/shop. That is REAVER.ONE/SHOP. Oh, whew. I'm out of shape when I say something like that, and it just puts me out of breath. That says I'm out of shape. But then again, round is the shape, so that's the argument that I go back and forth. Whew. All right, we're in our last segment. It's no more commercials, no more books, no more teachers' dirty looks. But we still have Clinton up on board. We were talking about real quickly that it's oh my God. Brain fart. The classified information training. She's saying that she did not have any, but yet there's a lot of documents that are showing that she did have some training, and that she basically lied outright. But no. She would never lie. Hillary would never lie to us, would she? Of course she would. There it is. Let's see. She told the FBI that she did not get her official guidance from using email in her job at the State Department. Her exact statement is Clinton used a private email address with AT&T during her time at the Senate for official and personal use. Clinton recalled knowing her husband, William J. Clinton, had private email addresses for his aides. Clinton did not recall her specific conversation regarding the creation of the matter of convenience to move on to a system maintained by her husband's staff. And that's the other thing. This email server was paid for by Bill Clinton's presidential fund. Money that is given to him from the taxpayers and supposed to be spent and only used for presidential use. And he was sitting there spending taxpayers' money setting up an email server for his wife. He was paying the people who maintain his president email server to do hers. And that kind of throws out, you have Mark Cuban out there who's running around going, well, it's not her fault. It's the person that set up the email server, and he probably didn't know, and he didn't tell her, and she didn't know what to set up the security settings, so it's not her fault. Well, Mark, that kind of gets blown out the window because the guys that were setting it up know all about those security settings for, a president, because, well, with the ex-president, he still needs to have top secret communications. You know, you don't want his emails intercepted because then they could start blackmailing him for information. Well, it would seem that he was paying for her server. And that is kind of was against the law within itself. And that's one that nobody's really talking about. Which really blows my mind. Let's see. Her statement that she told the department process for keeping and preserving official emails after reviewing an email dated March 22nd, 2009 with the subject line follow-up, Clinton stated this email pertained to how her files were going to be treated at State. Relayed while in Senate, she maintained a personal and official paper file. This process was not implemented through Senate procedure or guidance, but through Clinton's own personal process. Clinton was not aware how state staff maintained their records, was unaware of the state's state message and archive retrieval toolset. She said she was not told the department's process for classifying documents. She was not trained on handling classified information through the FBI investigation. Clinton could not recall when she first received her security clearance and if she carried it with her to State via reciprocating from her time in the Senate. Clinton could not recall my briefing or training by State related to the retention of federal records or handling of classified information. And that claim is a puzzle because her signature is attached to a 2009 State Department document testifying that she was trained on handling classified information, which directly goes against her statement to the FBI. So, and we can keep going through all the different ways that she lied to the FBI. She has lied nonstop. I mean, it's not surprising. It really isn't. That's all this woman does is lie. She told FBI she didn't know what the C meant in classified. Talked about it briefly earlier. What did she think? The C meant that I was going to get cookies and cake. Ignorance is not an excuse of the law. Period. Is this how her presidency will look? Because let me tell you, if she's the one that's fighting the battle for women, that battle is losing. And no, I do think women are just as capable as men. There is no difference. Well, there's difference, but they can do pretty much the same job that men do. There's some things they can't do that men can do, and there's some things women can do that men can't do. This is one of those that hurts the women movement because, well, either she is senile, whether she is just ignorant and not caring about the laws and the rules, or she is just looking to do whatever the hell she wants when she wants, because she thinks she's a Clinton, she can do whatever she wants. You know what? We have the Kennedys who kind of were above the law too, but I don't ever recall hearing anything of this sort going on. I'm sure there was some shit that was going on with the Kennedys, and I'm not talking Ted Kennedy, and I'm going back into the 60s when they really had the power. I mean, I wasn't around, but I don't recall hearing anything of this magnitude coming out of the Kennedy compound. It has... I'm kind of flabbergasted, stunned at this point. It's how anybody is even backing this woman. Are they that blind and don't care about everything as long as it's just a vagina getting elected into the presidency seat? That's all they care? And come on, it's... I mean, that right there is sexist when I hear, well, I'm voting for her because we need a woman. That's sexist. Because if I said I'm voting for Trump because I'm voting for him because he's a male, it would be I'm a sexist. But it's not sexist to vote for Hillary just because she's a woman. And I've heard him say, I don't agree with her policies. I don't agree with anything she's doing. She's doing all this illegal thing. But it's time for a woman to be in office. So you're voting because of what's between her legs. And yeah, thank you. That perfect. That Joe Kennedy knew there was a limit. The Kennedys at that time knew there was a limit how far to push it. Where the Clintons just, we can do whatever the hell we want. I mean, he feels he got away with, everything. He didn't get charged. Well, he got impeached as president, but he was never removed. So they feel that he could do and say whatever the hell he wants. Bill Clinton's been running around sexually assaulting women for decades now, and Hillary has cleaned his messes up for decades. It's... And what's funny is I saw some jackass on Twitter. They're trying to make an issue saying there's a case of rape against Trump that was filed after he was running for president. And which immediately makes me say something's not right about that when you're running for president and now the person's claiming rape after 20 years, I think it is. And this guy was adamant, and you could tell he's being paid to do it. And the other person was arguing back with him about Bill. Well, Hillary's running, not Bill, so that doesn't have anything to do with it. Yeah, it does. Hillary has been protecting an actual predator. Hillary has been protecting a rapist, a sexual predator. She has attacked the victims repeatedly. So bad, and it's come out so bad that she actually had to take off her presidential website that all rape victims or sexual assault victims need to be believed immediately. She actually had that, and she got attacked so bad they had to take it down. Then again, everything she's put up there she's been attacked on because not a goddamn thing holds water. Nothing that she's talking about holds water. Trying to attack Trump on immigration. Well, what the fuck is your policy? I'm sorry, we haven't heard it because you haven't come out and talk about any of your policies. The only thing that you've done the last several months during this campaign is attack Trump. It's easy just to attack somebody. It's harder to stand on your morals. It's hard to stand on your ideas because she doesn't have any. Not because she's a woman, because she doesn't think it's necessary. Because she thinks it's her time. Because she was told it is hers because she didn't get it in front of Obama. Well, and there's a lot of reports saying that they're doing they're just waiting their time out. They think they could sit back and ignore all the scandals for the next 75, is it 74, or however many days it is. They think they can just wait it out. Hang on, I'm checking something. Let's see, where are we at? Come on. Freaking internet is slow. 63 days, 12 hours. Sorry about that. 63 days until election. So they think they could sit back for the next 63 days and ignore everything. And that's their tactic. We're just going to sit back and ignore everything. Well, in the meantime, her ratings have been going down. Trump's, and these are liberal media polls. Okay? And what I mean by that is they've been helping twist them to Hillary's favor. They've been caught removing certain groups, targeting certain groups. There's a bunch of different ways that they've been doing it. But it is so bad right now that even with them twisting it, Trump's still taking the lead on several of them. But again, they still think they could sit back. They could wait out 63 days. They could sit back and everything will be fine. And everything will take care of itself. Well, it's not exactly looking that way. It really isn't. And I made the comment, has anybody noticed the internet has been slow? And how I found this, it's going to sound bad. During my time down, one thing I was doing on the laptop was I was playing World of Warcraft. New expansion came out. And they had a warning up that there was DDoS attacks. I think it was DDoSs. Not against World of Warcraft. These hacker attacks were being done against several internet providers. And it's been going on for about a week. These hackers have been doing these DDoSs, which and basically what it's doing is it's throwing requests through the internet. They're not actually requesting it. It's just throwing a packet. And they're throwing millions of them at these internet providers, overloading their capability and slowing them down. Well, if they do it enough, they can actually crash whoever they're attacking. Well, they're attacking multiple internet providers, which is then causing internet to be slowed down for everybody else. So, I don't see where it's helpful for anybody or anything for them to be attacking the providers, except they are throwing some kind of hissy fit. And I get tired of it. They did it to PlayStation not too long ago, a couple years ago, and they kept shutting down PlayStation. There was a new game coming out. They shut it down on the first day. And the same people that are usually backing these hackers turn around and said, you know what, you're pissing off the people that help you. Now they're pissing off everybody on the internet, and it's actually, from what I understand, a very childish, and anybody that has a 5-cent knowledge of hacking can do. So it's not even really talented to be able to do this. It's a program you could buy anywhere on the market. I don't know. I have no use for any of that. You're taking away people who pay hard money to be on the internet. You're taking their usage away from them. And that's stealing, in my book, from people that have no involvement to your issues. So if you notice that your internet's been slow lately, that's one of the reasons why. And I don't know who the hell it is, whether it's just a bunch of childish hackers, and I'd throw no credence behind Anonymous. None of them. Until they start. I mean, I've heard Anonymous make so many quote-unquote threats that they're going to do this, they're going to do that, they're going to expose this, that person, they have all this information, and they never expose really anything of importance. They haven't. They've shut down some Twitter accounts of ISIS, which they can make another Twitter account in 5 seconds. They really haven't done much like they quoted they were going to do. So, at least with Assad, Julian Assad, with the WikiLeaks, they have been pretty much spot on. They say they're going to do something. They've been doing it. So, it's these hackers, I don't know. It could be foreign companies. We've had North Carolina, North Korea, Iran have been hacking our power grid for years. They've actually got into where they could shut down our power grid with no problem. But we're more worried about that the DNC got hacked and their email showing their illegal activity has been exposed. We're more upset about that and having FBI doing more with that than the fact that our goddamn infrastructure has been hacked repeatedly and that they could shut down the United States. They shut down power. We have no radar. We have no way to defend ourselves. But let's worry about the DNC getting goddamn hacked. Let's cry how, where's Trump's goddamn hacked emails? Which have already been said that they don't vary from what he actually says in public, so there's no use releasing it. It's a total amazement how people pick and choose what they want to worry about. The reason why we're more worried about the DNC being hacked because it's showing the inside belly of the beast and the demons and their illegal activity. Showing how they actually feel about the American people. Showing how they don't give a shit about the black community. They don't give a shit about the Latino community. They don't give a shit except about getting elected. That's all they give a shit about. But we're going to sit here and make, oh my God, the DNC got hacked. Where's the FBI? Where's the FBI to shut down Hillary Clinton with all of her illegal activity? Where's the FBI to shut down her exposing secrets to foreign governments? And I'm sorry, I'm tired of this. Well, she just deleted yoga and wedding information. You don't fucking use that type of software on yoga. No, there's no use for that program to delete yoga or wedding gowns, bridal gowns. You don't need to bleach it that much. And anybody that buys that shit, you're dumber than dog shit. Oh, it just... And the best one now I also hear is because a lot of people are questioning about Hillary's health. There's a lot of question. Where the hell is she? She can't even walk out a couple stairs, and it was, oh, there was ice. In the middle of fucking summer, they're talking about ice. You know, if there's ice in the middle of summer, we need to stop talking about global warming. But now you have a Democrat Senator, Amy Klobuchar, something, she's out of Minnesota, and said the questions surrounding Democrat presidential nominee Hillary Clinton's health were quite sexist. So, is she going to condemn the Democrat Party because they were mandating John McCain's health records back in 2008? It wasn't sexist back then, but when it's talking about Hillary Clinton and her health issue, which she used health issues as why she couldn't remember anything, why she didn't know what she did. Well, she's got that many health problems. Maybe she shouldn't be running for president. And that guy, that's the question of being a doctor walking around with a diazepam injector. Yeah, he disappeared for a little bit. Guess what? He's back right next to her. He's right there, people. They thought everybody would forget about it. But I guess this is Obamacare, you know. I'll touch on that real quick. That is failing. You have more insurance companies backing out of Obamacare. It is collapsing on itself. It's too goddamn expensive. Everything that Republicans warned about, that we were told we were racist for, has been happening. But yet, it's still our fault for allowing it to happen. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. I am humbled. I appreciate it. I love that you guys are here. I try to do the best I can. I will be back tomorrow, same time, same station. That's 11 a.m. right here on SHR Media. Till tomorrow, have a great day. You've been listening to the Reaver of Common Sense with its host, Jersey Joe. You can tune in every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on hppundit.com and shrmedia.com.